Hello 105, it's Brittany teacher, and today is Thursday, March 26th, 2020. We're going to do your Storytown lesson today. We're going to keep reading our story about the family road trip. We are going to start on page 475 for the story Cross Country Vacation. Remember, we're reading about a story that is in script form. That means that different people's names are in front of the lines, and that means that these are the people saying the lines. Cross-country vacation means they're driving across the country in a car from one city to another. They're going to stop and see lots of beautiful or interesting things on the way, and we're going to learn about the things they see when they do. They are a family who is from Ohio, and they're driving to California. We know that because right here on the first page, Mom says, California, here we come. It's a little bit far from Ohio to California. They can see lots of different things in the car on the way there. One thing they've seen already is this first place, the Abraham Lincoln Presidential Museum in Springfield, Illinois. Jesse says, we are in the hometown of our country's 16th president, Abraham Lincoln. We're just going to do a quick review about the first part of the story. Hometown means the place where Abraham Lincoln was born and where he grew up. That's why this museum is located in this place. If you're really smart, you'll underline that sentence now. We are in the hometown of our country's 16th president, Abraham Lincoln. So they're going to learn about one of the presidents that existed a long time ago. They're going to learn about his life, where he lived, and what he did. One place they visited was the log cabin that's just like the one that President Lincoln once lived in. So this is not the actual cabin that President Lincoln lived in. It's what's called a replica. A replica means it was rebuilt to copy one that existed a long time ago. Okay? So it's not the exact same house, but it looks exactly the same. We know that it's not the same house because Nikki says it looks just like it. For example, if I'm using this pen and it breaks, I might say, "Aw, that's sad. What'll I do?" And then my friend gives me this pen and says, "Don't worry, use this one. It's just like your old pen." It means they're exactly the same. It's not the same pen, but they look and act the same, so it's okay. It's the same thing as what they're saying about Abraham Lincoln's cabin. This is not the same cabin. It's just like his cabin. So underline that line that Nikki says. It's just like the one that President Lincoln once lived in. Underline that. Okay, now we're going to keep reading about scene 3, page 475. They're in a new place, Lake of the Ozarks, State Park, Missouri. So right now they're in a place that has beautiful natural scenery. State parks are usually protected lands. The government says, this place is so beautiful and so important, we should make sure to keep it clean. We should not build any buildings here. We should try to keep it exactly the way nature intended. So we don't build anything, we just enjoy the beautiful scenery. I'm going to read from 475 to 478, okay? Jesse, today we're walking through a field of wildflowers. We're heading down to the lake to go fishing, to go swimming, and to take a boat ride. I'm going to water ski. Terry, the flowers are so colorful. Cam, they smell sweet too, almost like honey. Wow, so they're in a really beautiful place. we're going to want to remember all of these details about where they are. So underline, Jesse, today we're walking through a field of wildflowers. We're heading down to the lake to go swimming. Terry, the flowers are so colorful. Cam, they smell sweet too, almost like honey. Okay, underline a few of these sentences that describe the setting. We want to remember the setting. Next page, 76. Terry, look, a butterfly. Do you think I can catch it? Mom, butterflies are fragile. Fragile means they break easily. Please don't touch them. Even if you touch them gently, you can harm them. Underline that sentence. Even if you touch them gently, you can harm them. All the children, don't worry, we won't touch them. Dad, we've been camping near the lake of the Ozarks in the estate park in Missouri. It's great to be out in nature. Nikki, animals depend on nature to live. That's why it's important to protect it. Scene 4, place. The ruins of a pueblo in New Mexico. Nikki, this morning we arrived at an old Native American village. Terry, it's high up on a hill. Cam, we were hiking all morning. Terry, it was a hard climb. Jesse, I got to the top of the hill first. The village here is called a pueblo. People settled here long ago. Cam, they built their homes with clay bricks. This is an example of a pueblo. Last page for today, 478. Mom, then they left. For many years, no one lived here. Later, people found the ruins of the village. Dad, after the discovery, scientists started studying the ruins. They found broken pots and worn stones. These helped them understand how the people cooked and what they ate long ago. Jesse, no one knows exactly why the people who once lived here left, but scientists are still trying to find out. Terry, I'd like to stay here longer. So these are all examples of old pueblo houses. You can imagine that each family might have had a roof on top and that each family lived in a different square. Okay, after you're done reading, let's open our Storytown workbooks now to page 83. We're going to answer some questions in our workbook. Remember, we underlined a lot of things in our story that are going to help us answer some questions. So if you forget how to answer any of the questions, you can use your student book to help you. All right, let's look together. Page 83. Number 1, where is the family going? How long will it take them to get there? We said at the beginning of the video, when we reviewed what we read last time, the family is going to what state? If you don't remember, look at your story. Remember, you need to write your answer with the correct grammar. They are going to blank. It will take blank. So they're going to place. It will take how long? Number 2, why is the Abraham Lincoln Presidential Museum located in Springfield, Illinois? Remember what we said about Springfield, Illinois? We also underlined that in our story before we began reading the rest of the book today. There's something special about that place. Springfield, Illinois is something. Use your book to help you. Number 3, how can you tell that the log cabin is not the actual one that Abraham Lincoln once lived in? Nikki says something. Number 3, Nikki says it's something. I underlined it with you. Remember what I said about the 2 pens? These two things are not the same, but they are exact copies. So that's how we know. Look in your story for the right words. Number 4, what details tell you about the setting of scene 3? This is also what we underlined about the wildflowers and the lake, okay? The setting is where they are. How does it look? How does it smell? You need to describe the setting. 4, there is what? We underlined it together already. And last, number 5, why does Mom tell the children not to touch the butterflies? She tells them not to touch them because, remember what I said about them breaking easily? There's a special word for that, a vocabulary word. Maybe not vocabulary word, but there's a special word that describes that. We underlined that together, okay? Once you answer those questions, you are finished with your lesson for today. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.